There is a small European country that is part of the Schengen states that most people looking to migrate completely ignore. It has population of only about 1.3 million people, and its government says the country is short of thousands of workers every year. And now it has passed a new law to make it easier for employers to recruit foreign workers in sectors where they have shortages. I'm talking about people in manufacturing, transport, warehousing, healthcare, skilled trades, and other shortage occupations. So, if you are looking for a European country where you can move through employment and potentially bring your family, pay attention to this. The country is called Estonia, and in this video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of why Estonia. Why should you consider Estonia? How you can move with your family and all the websites and everything you need to do this without an agent. Kindly give this video a like as it means so much to us. Thanks. Let's go. Now, someone will ask, why Estonia? Estonia is a small Schengen country in Northern Europe and a member of the European Union. According to Estonia's own labor force forecast, the country is short of roughly 1,400 top specialists and about 700 skilled workers every year. The government has now changed its immigration law specifically to make recruiting foreign workers easier in shortage sectors. Under the new system, workers in designated shortage sectors can benefit from easier immigration conditions, including being outside the normal immigration quota and a lower salary requirement of 80% of Estonia's average gross monthly salary. But there is an important date you need to remember. January 1st, 2027. That's when these new shortage sectors rules are scheduled to take effect. So let's talk about how you can actually use the Estonia work route. This is the most important step. You don't start by looking for an Estonia visa. You start by looking for an employer in Estonia who is willing to hire you. And you don't need to pay an agent to find these jobs. You can start with www.workinestonia.com. This is an official Estonian relocation platform, and it brings together English language jobs from Estonian companies. Now, I will add 4 other good websites before the end of this video where you can also search for these jobs. Do not just apply to 100 random jobs. Read the job description, check the requirements, check whether the employer is actually based in Estonia, and most importantly, make sure the employer knows you are applying from outside the EU and you will need immigration support. This you will mention in your CV as work authorization, that you need Estonian employment permit to work in Estonia. And if you need Estonian CV sample, you can mention that in the comment section. I'll send that to you. Once an Estonia employer selects you, you need a proper employment contract or binding job offer. The employer then handles the employer side immigration requirements, depending on the type and length of employment. Estonia has different routes. For shorter employment, the employer can register your short-term employment with the Police and Border Guard Board. For longer employment, you normally apply for a temporary resident permit for employment. The resident permit can generally be granted for up to 5 years. If your employment requires a temporary resident permit, you submit the application to Estonian authorities. You will need things such as your passport, completed application forms, passport photographs, employment documents, information about your family members, proof of payment of the government fee. Now, this government fee is actually in 2 types. You have the 280 euro for employment resident permit, and also there's long stay D visa, which is 120 euro, and any additional documents requested for your particular case. Your foreign documents may also need to be legalized and translated into English or Estonian language, depending on the document and procedure. For the official requirement, I will advise that you go to this website. You will see all the information. Remember, immigration rules change. The government website is what you check before submitting. Now, if you're living outside Estonia, you are in Africa or Asia and need a long stay visa to enter Estonia for employment, you may need an Estonian D visa. The D visa can be issued for up to 365 days. The official information is in this website, www.vm.ee. If you are applying from countries where Estonia does not have its own representation, check the Estonian Ministry of Foreign Affairs website to see which country handles visa applications for you within your country. Once your immigration permission is approved and you enter Estonia, you need to complete the required registration procedures. If you receive a temporary residence permit for employment, you must register your place of residence in Estonia within 1 month of arrival. After that, you can begin working according to the conditions attached to your permit. And there is another important development. From May 2026, Estonia's updated rules also make changing employers easier in certain circumstances. Instead of automatically applying for a completely new resident permit, the new employer can register the change with the Police and Border Guard Board, which can decide on the change within the applicable procedure. So this is very important. It means that you are not necessarily permanently trapped with the first employer who hired you, which is very good. Now, you ask, what about family? This is one of the reasons Estonia is worth considering. If you have a qualifying resident permit in Estonia, your spouse and children can generally apply to join you, but you will normally need to show things such as sufficient legal income and suitable accommodation, and family members who receive a resident permit to settle with a spouse or close relative in Estonia can generally work without the same employment restrictions. So, this is not simply a go to Europe alone and figure things out later route. No, family reunification is part of the legal immigration system. Now, I close with this. If you're looking at Europe and you've only been considering Germany, Ireland, or the UK, or even Canada, which is outside Europe, don't completely ignore Estonia. It's a small country. The job market is also much smaller than Germany or the UK. So I'm not saying jobs are easy to get. They aren't. But Estonia is actively trying to solve labor shortages problem. And from January 2027, its new shortage sector rules are designed to make it easier for employers to recruit foreign workers in selected sectors. The pathway is simple to understand. So you just find the job, get the contract, let employer complete their part, apply for the appropriate work authorization or resident permit, get your visa if required, travel to Estonia, register your residence, start working, and if you're bringing your family, follow the family reunification process for your spouse and children. Don't pay an agent just because the process looks complicated. Try it yourself. Please kindly like this video, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified when we post videos like this. I will see you again.